Well, hello there, everybody, my friends and my supporters. We say thank you so very much for tuning in. For those of you who will be tuning in from the various platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, well, X, should I say, and YouTube, we welcome you to Loretta Coleman Live. We welcome you to Loretta Coleman Live. And we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. As always, we try to give you an informative program. We try to give you information that you will need to help you along the way. Some of the information that we share, we talk about, may not be for you, but you may know somebody that you can pass it on to. And that's what we strive to do here on Loretta Coleman Live. We try to be a positive influence to the community, and we try to encourage you, one another, and we just like to have fun. It's not always a serious show. Sometimes it's a show full of humor, being humorous. But tonight we're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about tapping into your potential. Many of us have dreams, and we try to implement those dreams, and sometimes we fall flat on our back, and we say, what have I done? Sometimes we want to give up. Sometimes we want to say, what's the use? But I come to encourage you today. Don't give up on your dream because of a failure. Don't give up on that project because of a failure. It may didn't work this time, but next time it will. So we just got to keep going. We got to keep pressing on. We got to push to the promise. That's what I love, that song. We got to push to the promise, and we got to keep going. You know, sometimes life will throw you a curveball. Sometimes life will have you, let's see, almost in a like a tornado whirlwind. If we continue to focus on what has happened to us, but what we have to do is say, okay, it didn't work this time. I'm gonna get up and try it again, and I'm gonna do it a different way. And most of us fail because we quit. We fail because we quit. Never quit. I don't care how many times you tried. I don't care how many mistakes you have made. You got to keep going, even when it seems like the walls are caving in, even when it seems like you're just pressed, you stress, and you at that point where you just say, I'm done. We don't want you to do that, because it's at that point that you're right at the tip of your breakthrough, but you quit too soon. And we can't quit. We got to keep going. Look, I'm a person that can tell you, if I would have quit because of mistakes, I would not be here talking to you tonight. If I would have quit because my back wasn't against the wall, I would not be here talking to you tonight. But you got to keep pressing. You got to keep pressing, and you got to keep pressing. In life, we're going to have setbacks. In life, we're going to have situations and circumstances that we go through. In life, we're going to be disappointed. In life, we're going to be betrayed. What are we going to do? Are we going to let the betrayal stop us? Are we going to let the hurt stop us? Or will we keep on going? That's one thing we got to learn. We got to keep on going. We got to keep on going. Don't you know that some of the things that happen in our life is just setting us up for where God is taking us? But we quit too soon. And I tell you, I kind of like that. And see, hey, Miss Virginia, how you doing? And everybody else, how you doing? We got to keep pushing. That's what I want. I just keep pushing. Don't you quit. You can't quit. You got to surround yourself with positive people. Don't worry about who's not there. Don't worry about who's not supporting you. but you got to stay focused and you got to keep going. You got to stay focused and you got to keep walking. You got to keep smiling. You got to keep being faithful, because your dream will come true if you don't quit. And I know that we have people out there. You say, well, Loretta, you don't know what has happened in my life. You know, I've had setback after setback after setback after setback. Well, let this lady tell you, I've had setback after setback after setback. But because I don't quit, God always brings me out. He always brings me out. And even at the point when I don't feel like nobody understands, even at the point when it feels like, you can't share things with people because people are so jealous and they're so vindictive. Sometimes it's just best to keep things to yourself, and you can't talk to nobody about it. So sometimes it's a lonely road, but all that is a part of the process. My pastor told me that all that is a part of the process. Nothing happens in our life that he don't allow. It's just like Job and all the things that Job went through. Well, he know that Job could take it. He know that Job was a faithful servant. He knew that Job was going to make it through. When you have that Job experience and it seemed like you're losing this, you're losing that, you're failing at this, you're failing at that, this going wrong, that's going wrong, didn't get that promotion, didn't get that man, didn't get that woman, loved one passed away, just things after things after things, enough to make you discouraged and want to quit. But I came to tell you, you can't quit. You can't quit. You say to yourself, I am not a quitter. I say, I am a winner. I win because I don't quit. A quitter, a failure is a person who quits, not a person who make mistakes, not a person that does not do everything right. But if you quit, you fail. If you quit, you fail. Hey, Miss Angela Pitts, thank you for joining us on tonight. We appreciate you so much. And tell Chris I say hello. But you got to keep going. In life, it takes more. See, you can't wait for people to encourage you. You can't wait till Sunday morning to be encouraged. You got to encourage yourself, and you got to speak that vision. If he say you're going to be a movie star, and it seems like you start locally in a local play and you can't get it off on the ground locally. If he say you're going to be the president of a company, you're going to own your own company, and it seems like you can't keep a job, well, he's just preparing you for the process. He's preparing you. Now, it sounds, the words that I'm saying tonight sounds so far-fetched. I know it does. But when you don't have any money in your pocket and your bills are due and you don't know what to do, just in time, he will send that blessing to you. Just in time, he'll send you what you need. He'll touch somebody to be a blessing to you. But he wants us to trust him. All of that, you ain't going to get what you want just like this. It's not going to be microwavable. It's not going to be like that. Hey, Car, let's see. Car Green, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be snap, crackle, pop. Sometimes you're going to have to suffer your way through. But when you get through, it's going to be worth the suffer. You know, sometimes we go ahead of God. Oh, can I get a witness out there? Sometimes we go ahead of him. Sometimes he have things for us, but we get impatient. And so we go on and we boss lady, I would have never known in a million years, and you on my Facebook list. I would have never known that that's your name. Thank you so very much. And inbox me. I would love to interview you. I would love to interview you. But sometimes it's just, life is hard. I don't care how much you go to church. I don't care how much you read the Bible. Life is hard, ladies and gentlemen. Life is hard. And that's why it's so important to have those people that when you are discouraged, they can lift you up. You don't need two people having a pity party at the same time. People say they think I'm arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I just don't surround myself. I don't want to hear nothing negative. I don't want that stuff to play on my mind. When I go to bed at night, I want to be able to go to sleep. I don't want nobody filling my ear full of gossip. So I'll pull back from some things. And a lot of times people don't understand when you pull back, but it's called protecting your mental health. Protecting your mental health. Sometimes that's what you have to do. Sometimes I sit in this house, I don't want to hear no TV. Sometimes I don't want to listen to the radio. Sometimes I just want to sit, be quiet, and I love to do graphics and stuff like that. And I love to play games. Sometimes we just have to do that and eat that good food that my caterer right here cook. Hey Yvette, how you doing? You ever need a caterer? Remember this name right here. I'm telling you. But I'm saying we can't depend on people all the time to encourage us. We got to encourage ourselves, and we got to keep pushing, and we got to keep pushing, and you got to keep pushing. Somebody asked me, why do I do golly, I can't even think what I do on Sunday mornings. Praise something. Y'all, I'm so messed up right now. I can't. I come on there and I play a song for about 2 minutes. Sunday morning praise. I pray a song for about 2 minutes. And somebody said, why do you only do 2 minutes? I said, I just need enough to encourage me. I be sitting in the church parking lot. But see, me, although I'm sitting in the church parking lot, I got to get my mind right. I got to get my mind focused. I got to get my mind in the right place. Because see, just because you're going in church don't mean you're not going to walk into some challenges. It does not mean that you may not have a conflict with somebody. So I have to get my mind right. I have to keep my mind right. I'm okay. Hope you are. Thanks. Oh, anytime, no problem. And that's what we have to do. And y'all, let's learn to it. Hey, Benny, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. We have to learn really to speak to our situations because we live in a world of jealousy. We live in a world of hate. We live in a world of people wanting what you got, but they don't know how you got it. They don't know the struggle that you had to go through to get what you got or to get to the place where you're at. And they're jealous of you. But how many people will be able to walk in your shoes if they knew your story? How many people will be able to stand and smile and keep going when your name have been scandalized and people have said all kind of things against you? How many people can keep going? Not many. Not many. It's hard. And you hear people say life is good. We are supposed to speak positive because death and life is in the power of the tongue. But at the same time, sometimes when you're saying life is good, you're crying in the inside. Sometimes when you're smiling, you're crying in the inside, and you just want that person to say, I want you to be encouraged. Or here's $10. Go and buy yourself some lunch, just anything. Shoot them my inbox and say, thinking of you today. Hey, Kimberly, you're absolutely right. Not many, and happy belated birthday to you. I mean, it's true. Not many people. It's that we live in a world of me, myself, and I. If I'm fine, I don't worry about my neighbor. If my household is fine, that's all I need to worry about. No, that's not. We need to be concerned about other people, what other people are going through. We all have challenges. My challenge may not be your challenge, and your challenge may not be my challenge, but we all have challenges. We all have challenges. But the thing I want to ask you, what are you going to do when you're stuck in that challenge? Are you going to stay home cover up your head, lay in the bed all day, feel sorry for yourself, or are you going to go out and continue to work on your dream? I choose to continue to work on my dream. I continue to keep going. Sometimes when I'm going and sometimes when I'm doing, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it physically. I don't feel like it mentally, but I have to keep going. Sometimes when people ask me, can you come and speak here? And I want the inside of me want to say no, I don't want to do that, but I have to. When somebody call and ask me to MC this, I don't want to do it sometimes, but I have to because that's part of my calling. When sometimes, oh my God, I almost started crying. Sometimes when the phone ring and you see certain people call, you say, oh my God, not today. I don't want to hear that today. But me, I choose to pick up the phone because I remember at one point in time, I picked up the phone and this lady said, I'm getting ready to kill myself. So the question is, if I had not answered that phone that night, would she still be living today? So I just make it a habit to answer my phone. um if it's a phone call that's sad and depressing, I'll listen. But if I'll listen to a certain point and then I got to go, I'll say, well, I'll keep you in my prayers or something like that, and I'll check on you tomorrow. But some of us just don't care about nobody. If it ain't happening in our house, we don't care. That's not the way it's intended to be. That's not the way. If you hurt, if you're struggling, we should feel. We might can't do anything about a person that's struggling, a person that's hurting, but just to let them know I feel your pain is priceless. Is priceless. And one of the things, I know I'm going from A to Z, but all this has to do with unlocking your potential, because all these kind of things like this will come up against you when you're trying to do something. Everything will come up against you. You might lose a loved one and that sets you back. You may have a relationship that go bad, that sets you back. You may have a child that's in trouble, that sets you back. You may be having problems on your job, that sets you back. And you say, what's next? Don't ask that question no more. Don't ask that no more. I don't care how hard it get. Don't ask that question no more. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining us, Mr. Elliott. Don't ask yourself that question. Just say, instead of saying what's next, say, God, give me strength for the journey. God, give me strength for the journey. Let me tell you, I have a lot of people that calls me, but I thought it was interesting last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If it wouldn't have been, I was in the bed literally sick Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if it hadn't been for my family, seeing that I needed what I needed, nobody called. You know why nobody called? Because nobody needed nothing. Now, that sounds real bad, don't it? Well, somebody might say, well, Loretta, you should have told somebody you were sick. No, just call people other than when you need something, other than when you want them to do something. When you look at your phone, sometimes when you look at this and you see certain numbers, they want something because they don't call you unless they want something. Now that bothers me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That bothers me. They say, hey, how you doing? So I say, what you want? Now some people may say, well, Loretta, that's kind of rude. But I don't hear from them unless they want something. If you know that a person has something that you may need one day, or you may need their service one day, and you don't really want to talk to them, text them, inbox them, say, have a great day. Because you can't, the bottom line is you can't talk to everybody. And I do know that. Because you talk to some people, you be so confused, your mind be messed up because they be saying all kind of things. So to eliminate that, just text in my inbox. And I used to didn't like texting, but I actually love texting now for more than one reason. It protects my peace. I get to choose what I want to hear. then I have a record. They can't say that I said anything that I didn't say because I can always pull that text message back up. And I used to delete every text message that I got because I had lost. I laughed because you'll understand in a few minutes. Um, but I lost my phone one time and everything was in there and I had some stuff in there. But um, if you do any kind of business with people and you pay them with a cash out, make sure to screenshot it because they will say that you didn't pay them. Then you got evidence. And then if you tell somebody something and you say, this is between you and me, and they, when the story get back, it's twisted all around that you said something different, you can say, no, that ain't what I said. I got my text message of what I said. So, so it is good. There's a way that you can have peace in what you're doing and helping a person at the same time. And see, some people say it because I've said it. I say I just don't deal with people. I'm not gonna deal with them. But if you're in a certain position, you're going to have to deal with people that you don't want to deal with. You're going to have to work with people that you don't want to work with. You just got to know what to say around them. You got to know what not to say around them. And you got to learn not to let them know your business. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that, a lot of you, say for instance, you want your own business. Well, you can't have your own business if you're nasty every time somebody see you. I'm talking about attitude. Attitude. You can't have an attitude with people who are spending their money. Now, on the flip side of that, you will have some people that will take you there. But you got to keep it to a certain level, because when you're in the public eye like that, only thing it takes is one person to say, well, she did this to me, or he did this to me, and that spread like wildfire. But they don't tell how it happened. Well, there goes Cheryl Snell. Hey, Cheryl Snell, C Snell Production. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Hey, Renee Clemens, how you doing? Still praying for you and lifting you up in the passing of your brother. But those are things when you're dealing. And I'm glad Cheryl came on there because she and I don't talk on the phone every day, but there's a lot of things that she taught me. For instance, keeping my text messages and not putting negativity on Facebook. Because, usually used to, you do something to me, I'm going to tell you about it on Facebook. But being in the public eye, you can't do that. You cannot do that. And she would call me or text me and she would say, take it down. Well, I didn't understand at the time why she was telling me to take it down. I didn't understand. And most of the time when she told me that, I really didn't like it when she told me that. But there was something inside of me that would go on there and take that down. And I'm glad I did, because see, when you don't react to foolishness, they don't know what you're thinking. They don't know if they got to you or not. They say, well, everything I try to do, I try to throw this slam, I try to throw that slam, she won't respond to it. So I learned that from her. And I just want to say thanks while opening. We like to tell people stuff in their inbox, but I'm going to say that to her, because I learned that from her. And I've seen people that have done things to her and she calm and, hey, how you doing? And the person just did something to her. You know what? It took me a long time to be able to do that. I would look at her, I say, how can she do that? That's why I'm glad she's on here. I say, how can she do that? How can she do that when this person did this or this person did that? But now I can look you in your face and know you did me wrong, and I can treat you really good, because it's bigger than that. When you're in the public eye, you cannot get on Facebook and say everything that comes to your mind. If somebody did you wrong, you can't get on there. Don't get on there and talk about it. And I ain't talking about nobody. This is what I used to do. Me, I will go live on you in a minute. You understand what I'm saying? And some people know what I'm talking about. I will go live and I will say, yeah, you said this. But you know what? You got people looking at you. You may have somebody looking at you who was considering you for a position or hire you to promote this or hire you to do this side job, to hire you to do that side job. And you done messed it up with your mouth. And we got to think about stuff like that when we get on and we start talking. Well, there go Devon Womack. How you doing? And congratulations. He just got married about 2 weeks ago. Diane Eubanks Clark, Miss Coleman, what time is the interview with Roy in August? I don't know yet. I will put it up and I will let you know, okay? Thank you for tuning in, but I will let you know. But it'll be, his anniversary is the 16th, 17th, I think. So it'll be about a week before then. But thank you. But if I don't have it up, inbox me and remind me, okay? And I'll be more than happy to let you know today. Let's see. Cheryl Snell, that's exactly correct. That's right. And she said, no, can't do it. You got a whole lot better. It's a process. It's hard for me sometimes. And it's going to be hard. And see, this is what we don't realize. You're welcome, Diane. Is we not gonna, God is not gonna bless us to be over. Okay, just like the scripture that says, and most people think it's talking about money, but it's just not talking about money. If you be faithful over a few things, I'll make you rule over many. Well, if you can't handle 5 people, how he gonna give you that business for you to be over 100 people? Or how he gonna give you that promotion for you to be over 200 people, and you can't treat those 5 people right? That's something to think about. If you want that business to go to the next level and you are nasty with the 10 faithful customers you got, how do you think your business gonna go to the next level? Maybe I shouldn't say it, but everybody know I deal with Quartet, and this is not bashing Quartet, but some groups ain't went to the next level because of their attitude. Some promoters haven't went to the next level because of attitude. It's just things that I've learned at this age, at the age of 63, that I wish I had known at 35. I would have done things so much different, because the people who knew me during that time, they can't believe that I don't come back anymore. They can't believe that. It's hard for them when they know something happened and I don't do a comeback. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to prove. I used to try to prove myself to people. I don't have to do that. I just keep on going. If you take your attention off of focus, oh my God, if you take your attention and pay attention to every little thing that's going wrong and what this one said and that one said, you're not going to reach your potential, because you're spending too much time worrying about foolish stuff. And if a person is not paying your bills, if a person is not buying your grocery, if a person is not making your car payment, really, you don't need to worry about them. That's just their opinion. Where somebody think you bad over here, somebody over here think you're the best thing in the world. Oh, come on, you better talk, Loretta. But see, this is a growing process. All these things that we go through in life, the pain. I come on here. I started not to do this show because I wasn't feeling well, but I had to push. I had to push myself, because I said this. I said every Monday and Tuesday around 4:00, I start not feeling good. The devil don't want me to do the show for a reason. So I push myself. I got my ginger ale right here, and I push. I said, I'm going to do this show today, and I'm going to talk about In order to get to the promise, we got to go through some things. We got to go through some things. Think about Jesus, the ones that walked with him, the one that saw him perform miracles, denied him, doubted him, betrayed him, some of them. So if he had that to happen to him, what won't we have to happen to us? But we just got to learn how to have the right attitude when we're going through. Now, me, I say, God, I don't like what she did to me. I don't like what he did to me. I don't like what she said to me. I don't like what he said to me. God, I just don't. I don't like it. And at this point, God, I don't like them. Now, somebody say, well, you tell God that. Well, he already know how I feel. I can't hide it from him. I'm honest with him because he already know. But at the end of that prayer, I always say, well, God, I need you to help me because I cannot love them. I cannot love them on my own. And that's what I say. I ain't going to let nobody bind me up. Miss Wynn, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to see you on. And you keep up the good work that you're doing. In case nobody hadn't told you, you're doing a marvelous job. So keep up the good work. I appreciate what you do. I'll be watching. But you got to keep going. Don't let nobody stop you. And then, God give you something, a vision to do. Don't put it on social media until it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Be careful who you tell until it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Because if you tell the wrong person your vision, sometimes they'll go ahead of you. It's not going to work like it would have if for the person that God gave the vision to. But you have some people that you confide in that will try to take what you do and do the same thing. It's not going to work. But at the same time, you got to be careful. Don't get on Facebook and say, I'm going to do a fraternity and sorority basketball contest. The fraternities are going to be against the fraternities and the sororities against sorority. When you look up, somebody have the flyer and they'll have that same idea that you told them, they'll try and do it. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful who you share your vision to. You got to be private, not scared, but you got to be private because you will have people that will come up and try to do what you do. Now, we are examples to people. If we got people that you have people that want to be like us and want to do the things that we do, that's fine. What I'm talking about now is people that you tell, well, next year for my birthday, I'm going to have a purple and white birthday party. Okay, my birthday is in June. Well, this person's birthday in February, they decide I told them I'm going to have a purple and white, so they decided to go before me and have a purple and white. Those are the kind of things that I'm talking about. You got to be careful, even little simple things. If somebody bless you in your Cash App, tell that person thank you in their inbox, or either you say thank you to the angel that blessed my Cash App. A lot of times when I come home, people have things on my door, and I'll say thank you to the angel or the person that left this on my door, because let me tell you, sometimes when people know you're friends with certain people, they do everything that they try to do to destroy that relationship. So you just have to be careful. You have to be careful even with simple things like that. All of that is a part of reaching your goal and where you want to go. It's called growth, and it comes with the territory. I had to learn that. Still learning some things. And we don't have to get to the point where we say, well, I'm not going to do it because they did it before me. Oh yeah, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it better. And it's going to work for me. You know why it's going to work for me? Because God gave it to me. He didn't give it to you. You stole it from me. That's what I'm talking about. Hey there, Evangelist Staley. How you doing, my love? I saw your post today. You said y'all had church yesterday. I like that. Hello there, Mary Bush Smith. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're talking about tonight reaching your potential, unlocking your potential. And we're talking about the different pitfalls sometimes that will happen when on your journey to reaching your goal, on your journey, the setbacks, the situations, the circumstances, and things like that. Like Mary, she MC Doc McKenzie's anniversary here about a week or so ago. No, about the 1st of July. Do you realize how many people were jealous of her? Well, why he got her to do it? Why he couldn't get me to do it? Now, see, me, I ain't want to do it. Because first of all, it was a little bit too many groups, and I didn't want to stand on my feet that long. And I'm happy for people to see different people doing different things. It don't have to be the same person all the time. It don't have to be the same person. Mary has something that I don't have, because see, once I get to that 5th group, I'm out of gas, just about. I'm out of gas, and I have to do something. I have to think of something. I have to come up with something to give me that energy back, because, you know, you love the singing is good, you hyped and you everything, not just singing, but anything that's long. But see, you got to be there at the beginning, and you got to be there to the end. So I just like sitting back and enjoy it. There were a time I used to MC just about every program, but let somebody else do it. I love going supporting. When I feel like it, I will go and I will support. But I'm happy when God blesses another person and elevates another person. I love to see it. And I'm happy for them, just like with Cheryl. Listen, I do the Martin Luther King program and Unity in the Community. That's it for me. I don't want to do nothing else as far as promoting. My promoting days is over, because I did it for 28 years. It's somebody else's time. And I'd be happy when she have a successful program, because I know how hard it is. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard. It is hard trying to pour anything together. So I'm happy for the next person that God raises up, and it frees me to do other things. And then when I go, if I decide to go, I can get there early, which I always do. But you can better believe you ain't gonna see me at the end. You can better believe that. Oh, there go my girl right there. Hey, how you doing now? This Holy Ghost sister here with the blessed. I love her. She knows that too. I just love to see her get up there. Well, I love all of them, but I just love her. She know that. Oh, you're speaking to Miss Virginia. Evangelist Staley said, listen, God gave me this just a few minutes ago before I came on here. Keep what you're thinking to do, keep it alive, and make your dream come together, because he give it to you and you only. You too. I hear you, Evangelist Staley. But a lot of us will quit. If we share something with somebody that we're going to do and somebody else go do it, we ain't going to do it. But you do it. You continue to do it, because he gave it to you. He's going to bless you for it to be successful. I don't care if 10 people do it before you. He gave it just like he wanted it to you. So don't worry about that. And then he will take care of you. Don't get mad. Be a trailblazer. Be glad that people want to do what you do. But what I am saying is, before you get it signed, sealed, and delivered, don't tell nobody about it. Until you get it together, don't tell nobody about it. You are excited. We know you're excited. And we know you want to tell it. And, you know, I got some things going on right now that I want to share, but I'm going to wait until it's signed, sealed, and delivered, like Stevie Wonder said. Because if I don't and it falls through, I don't have to explain it to nobody. I don't have to hear them say, well, what happened? I thought you said ABC. And, you know, and that's another thing. That's why it's good to keep things to yourself, because see, a lot of time when God tells us to do stuff, it may not be for 2024. He may have given you the vision for 2025. That's why we have to go before him, and we have to have him to make it plain, because he may speak to me today and he may say, well, go pay somebody light bill. Well, I know he ain't talking about for me to do it today because I don't have it. You understand? That's right. Work in silence because I don't have it. So we got to, when he speaks to us, we got to know, God, are you talking about today, or are you talking about when I get it? Because see, a lot of times I heard, now I know some people believe it, according to your faith, so be it. If you believe it, that's fine. But I heard this preacher say the other day, I don't care if it's your light bill money, your mortgage money, you give it and God will give it back. I said, well, God, you spoke to the preacher. You spoke that to the preacher. You didn't speak that to me. Now, I know that God worked miracles. Don't get me wrong. I know that he works miracles, but he didn't tell me to do that. I was looking at alive, and that's what the preacher said. I don't care if it's your mortgage and your light bill money. Well, if God didn't speak it to you and tell you to give it, I ain't gonna listen to you. He got to bear witness in me that this is what I'm supposed to do, and then I know that I'm gonna get back. You understand what I'm saying? And so we get ourselves in a lot of trouble with things like that. Okay, I used to, when I was promoting, January I will have a show, February I will have a show, and Mother's Day I will have a show, and July I will have a show. Well, out of all them shows that I had lined up, 2 of them might have been successful. Just because he gave me the idea, he didn't tell me to have all of them back to back like that. He may have wanted me to have, when in February I was having Black history programs, he may have wanted me at that time to have a Black history program that year, and the next year have a Mother's Day program. And see, we got to, when he give us these visions and stuff, we got to say, we got to ask him to make it plain. Make it plain. Make it plain to us, Lord. What are you really saying to me? What are you really saying? Because see, you will have people that say, yeah, God told you to do it. Go ahead and do it. And they'll be the first one to talk about your son go wrong. Amen. I'm a witness. I had to wait on God. Amen. They'll be the first one. They'll be the first one to say, oh, she had a bad show and nobody wasn't there. Oh, nobody supported her. And they were the main one that told you, go ahead and do it. Come on, somebody. That's why you got to have people in your life that will tell you the truth. The truth hurts sometimes. But if you listen, if you know that person, just like I said with Cheryl, I used to get hot with her when she would tell me take it down, take what I wrote on Facebook. I would get hot with her. But I'm glad I listened, because if I hadn't listened, then, it probably would have messed me up, especially with a lot of political work that I do. It probably would have messed me up. Because, when you do things like that, people will disconnect from you. They will disconnect from you. They say, okay, you said this, you went live and you said this. You wrote this on Facebook. Nah, I don't really want to deal with that person. It can cost you your blessing. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm talking about me. What I had to learn and experience. Was I hot? Was I hot with that person? Yes. Did I want to tell that person off? Yes. Did I want, when I saw them, did I want to say, pop, pop, pop? Yes. But you can't operate on feelings. You cannot operate on feelings. You cannot operate on how you feel, because how you feel sometimes will get you in trouble. You can't speak everything that comes up. It's all a learning and a growth process. And if you want to get to that point in life, if you want to get to that point in life that you're trying to get to, if you want to be successful in that thing, you're going to have to learn how to take some things. You're going to have some, like the Williams Brothers, that song Still Here. I've had some bumps and I've had some bruises, lonely days, dark days. You're going to have some of them. But I'm here to tell you that you can make it through. You can keep going. You can keep going. You can keep going, even when you're crying, when the tears is flowing down your face late at night and there's nobody there for you to talk to. Even when you're smiling, when you're out in public and you're really crying in the inside, hoping that somebody would just say to you, be encouraged, hoping that somebody would just look at you and smile, hoping that someone would just walk by and pat you on the back. Hoping that. How many people do we ignore? We don't take time to speak to people. Simple thing. We go in a gas station and sometimes you hold a door for a person and they don't even say thank you. Well, you've done your kind deed. Do it upset you? Yeah, I used to tell them, well, I won't hold a door for you no more. But I don't know what was on that person's mind. I don't know how that good deed I did by holding the door open. They could have said, I'm going to go in here and get what I got, and then I'm going to drive my car over the bridge. But I was nice to them, and I hold the door open so they knew somebody cared. Those are the kind of things that I'm talking about. We got to be careful at the things we say. We got to be careful with our reactions. We have to be careful. And now I am able to go on Facebook. And if I think somebody, see, I used to would say, are you talking about me? Oh, yes, Lord, I was a fool. God, I thank you for strength. And I really, because I'm telling you, I don't have to talk about nobody else. When I think about some of the things that I did like that, I have to laugh at myself, because I would check you. But now I can look at a post, and if I think they talking about me, I just laugh at them. I said, they got a problem. I don't. You understand? But it took growth for me to get there. I didn't get there overnight. I didn't get there. I had to go through to get there. But I don't care what you put on there now. You'll never know how I feel about it. You know why? Because I'm not going to react to your post. So you'll never know. You might assume, well, she didn't like that. But you'll never know. You'll never know. And don't get excited because you have somebody to like your post. Because people will like your post and hate your guts. People will like your post and hate your guts. They all them likes, they might just like what you put on there. That don't mean they like you. See, that's the kind of thing that we have to learn, and then we won't be so hurt in the inside when we find out, oh, they did me like this. Well, they used to like everything that I put on Facebook. Well, they were liking what you were putting on there, but they weren't liking you. You got to know the difference. And you can tell when somebody don't like you. You can tell the difference when somebody like you, when somebody tolerating you, and when somebody really can't stand your guts. Now, this is something I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm telling y'all a little bit too much about me, but it's helping somebody. If I know you don't like me, oh, I'm gonna speak to you. Hey, how you doing, Sister Peanut Butter? It's good to see you today, because I know you don't want to speak to me. I know you don't want to speak to me, and you act like you don't see me. So I'm gonna make sure. Hey, Sister Peanut Butter, how you doing today? I need help in that area because it's really funny to me because I know they don't want to speak. You understand what I'm saying? So I need help in that area because but you don't walk Like somebody did me the other day. Now, I'm a big woman. Well, I'm a full-figure woman. I'm sitting at this gospel program by somebody. And this person came up and speak to the person that I was talking to, sitting right beside them, and didn't speak to me. And I'm sitting there. I said, now look at this food. I'm gonna tell y'all that's what I said. Look at this food. Now, you come and speak to the person that I'm having a conversation with and stand up there and talk to them. Really, you interrupted us and didn't speak to me. So when they got ready to walk away, I said, and how you doing today? And they said, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I said, as big as I am, you gonna tell me you didn't see me? Well, I could have left that part off, but I had to let them know, you know, all they would have had to do was when I said, well, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. Don't say you didn't see me. I am very visible. I'm not no little skinny person. And I'm sitting right beside the person. See, those are unnecessary things that we do that we don't have to do. He just lied. She said that part, there's nothing wrong with still being kind to your enemies or haters. It's the godly way. It's the godly way. And you know what? It's the godly way. And it's the right way. And it will make your enemies your footstool. You hear me? It will make your enemies your footstool. If they know every step that you're gonna take, of course they're gonna push that button. They're gonna push that button. They're gonna put, if they know the right button to push, they're gonna push that button to make you angry. But if they don't know if you're gonna go left, if you're gonna go right, forward, or backwards, they don't know how to take you. They don't know how to take you. And see, y'all, in order to get to the promise, in order to get where we want to go, in order for our projects to be successful, we got to do better with our attitudes. We got to do better with our attitudes. I had a group that wanted me to bring them on my Martin Luther King program. And I may be wrong, but I told them, I said, if you charge me $2, I wouldn't bring you. And he said, excuse me? I said, if you charge me $2, I wouldn't bring you. He said, why? I said, because you were really, really nasty to me. You were really nasty. You were arrogant and you lied on me. I said, and you're forgiven. I said, because I play your music and I will talk about it. When your new CDs come out, I'll talk about it. But I just don't want to be a part of that. Because see, your attitude is everything to me. Your attitude is everything. I'm not going to pay you. I don't care if it's a pastor. I don't care if it's the president. I'm not going to pay you anything, and you're nasty to me. I'm just not. I don't have to do that. And just like I had went to this restaurant. Well, it was to Wendy's, and I had my son on the car phone. I said, Moshe, hold on for a minute. And I said, can I get a croissant? It was doing breakfast, a croissant. And she just blurted out the price. I said, well, wait a minute now. I ain't even finished ordering. You ain't even asked me, is that all, ma'am? Are you going to order anything or not? Oh, God, I asked the Lord to forgive me, y'all. I did. I asked the Lord to forgive me. I did. But I'm going to be transparent because I want y'all to know that I'm not perfect. But when she came at me like, I said, no, I don't want it. You take it home to your mama and let her eat it. Now I know my son said, Ma, but she, you know, I'm ordering from you helping pay your salary. And you're going to be not, and I was not going to get nothing from there, as nasty as she was to me, because she might spit in it. But what I said to her was wrong. It was wrong. And I did ask the Lord to forgive me, because my son said, Mama, that was a bit rough. But I said that to say this. And I said, Lord, I sure hope she don't show up nowhere where I got to speak. Because she going to say, that's the woman that was nasty to me at the drive-thru. She ain't going to remember that she was nasty to me. But she going to remember that I was nasty to her. Miss Savage said, I love killing them with kindness. And you do it very well. Oh, she can do it. Oh, she can do it. She can tell you off in the sweetest, softest voice and just switch on down the road. She said, correct. Now, Pastor Alice Wilson. I will say that. Lord have mercy. She know what I mean. Pastor Alice Ellison. A soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stirs up anger. And it do. I was just as wrong can be. And I knew I was wrong. But I let her get the best of me that day. I let the flesh take over. I'm just being honest with you. And I didn't feel good about myself after doing that. And if it hadn't been, once I got home, I thought about driving back over there to apologize to her. But then I said, Lord, if I go back over there and apologize to her and she say something else nasty to me, then it's going to be worse. So I just asked the Lord to forgive me. But I'm saying all of that when we're in certain positions, there's a lot of stuff we're going to have to take. There's a lot of stuff we're going to have to endure. It's a lot of lies that we're going to have to let be told. We can't do nothing if somebody lie on us. There's nothing that we can do about a lie. We can ask God to forgive them, and he'll hurt us, it'll crush us, but we can't stop people from talking. When I've learned that when people talk, there's something about you that they really like and that they're really jealous of. And they are talking to try to get you off focus, to try to take you to another level in anger. And see, we got to know all of that. I'm telling you, I'm still learning, but I'm much, much better than I was. Because like I said earlier, if you came after me, I would come back. But I could not do that and be a public figure. I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. And I say to all of you that's in position as I get ready to close, if you're in any kind of leadership position, it's a couple of things that we must do. Be careful what we say to people, because everybody has a friend. I'll tell you this, but don't you tell nobody. Then they tell their friend, I'm going to tell you this, but don't tell nobody. Then that friend tell that friend, and before you know, it's out. So some things you got to keep to yourself. Then when you're in the public eye, you got to be nice when you want to be nasty. You got to just suck it up and you got to eat it. And then you got to learn how not to wear your feelings on your shoulders, because everything that you think is about you is not even about you. Some people say things. There are times I said things to people, and I wasn't saying it to be mean. I was just angry in the inside. I was angry and hurting in the inside. So it just came out, and I would say if it came out, it came out. We have to be careful. And I thank God for giving me the opportunity to share some of these things that I've endured and I went through, because somebody else is going through the same thing. Somebody else is going through the same thing, and you never know who need to be encouraged. And like I said, you see people smiling, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they go through at home. You don't know what they go through on their job. You don't know the struggle that we're having. So stop putting your mouth on them. Stop, saying, well, I just don't know what's wrong with Loretta. Well, if you think something is wrong with me, just pray. Just pray instead of saying that. Because, see, when you paint a picture of a person to another person, you may become all right with that person again, but then that person still have that negative image that you put in their mind. Oh Lord, have mercy. And they are holding that negative image and those things you said, and you back friends with the person again. So we have to be careful of the things we say and how we act. And if you are thinking that what you're doing is not working because you fail over and over again, keep trying. Keep trying. Don't give up on your dreams. Sometimes it's just a test. Sometimes it's to build character. We really need to love on each other and lift one another up. That is so true. People, who had this song, What the World Needs Now is Love. That's what we need, love. We need love. We need real love. We need that love that's described in First Corinthians, the 13th chapter. Love beareth all things. But we don't love the right way. We don't have that God kind of love. We have conditional love. If you do this for me, I'ma love you. If you do that for me, I'ma love you. And if you kiss up to me, I'ma love you. That's not real love. That's puppy love. That's puppy love. You gotta love when you don't want to love. You gotta do when you don't want to do. You gotta go when you don't feel like going. And I hope this show encourage somebody tonight. I really, really do. And if you would like to be a guest on Loretta Coleman Live, just shoot me an inbox and tell me you want to be a guest. Now, what I'm not that much interested in, I want you to have something to say. I just don't want you to come on and talk about me, myself, and I. I want you can come on and tell about an event you're having. I don't have no problem with that. But I want you to have something to offer everybody that's tuned in. And so you may announce your event, but you may want to talk about dealing with low self-esteem or something like that, or anything like that. I just want you to have something to offer. I don't mind you being on show, but I want you to have something to offer other than an event. That so just if you want to be, I got my calendar. I bought me a calendar so I won't be forgetting like I was. And I'll be happy to have you on there. But I just want you to have something, let a part of your conversation be something that could upbuild and uplift somebody. Okay? I appreciate you tuning in tonight, and I want everybody to have a blessed day and a blessed night and sleep good.